Back in 1984, when most games were still happily stuck in the flatlands of 2 dimensions, Antattack dared to raise the bar and the viewpoint. With a taste of 3-dimensional gameplay on home computers barely equipped to dream in 3D. The game's isometric view meant buildings showed more than one side, staircases curled away like secret passages, and the city of Antescher felt like a fortress sketched by someone who'd spent too long staring at blueprints with a cold mug of tea and no windows. Originally a ZX Spectrum sensation, Antattack painted its world in ghostly monochrome, less bustling cityscape, more somewhere even the pigeons gave up on. You could choose to play as a boy or a girl, a quiet nod to equality long before it became an industry standard, and set off to rescue your captured counterpart from the jaws of giant ants. These weren't your typical picnic pests. They lumbered about like angry bouncers who'd just been told their shift wasn't over yet. What made the original shine was its soft solid 3D engine, a clever bit of coding by creator Sandy White that made the city pop just enough to feel like you were trapped inside a blocky fever dream. Critics loved it, and it earned a rightful spot in your Sinclair's Top 100, gaming royalty for the time. Now, here's where it gets a bit peculiar. In a twist worthy of one of those afternoon soaps, Antattack was ported to the Commodore 64 in 1984, not by White himself, but by Paul Fick and Bittern Software, published under Quicksilva. It resurfaced again in the early 90s via a Commodore format cover tape, just as the C64 was approaching the end of its faithful run. By then, the C64 was flaunting every colour under the sun, so Antattack's refusal to ditch its grayscale roots felt a bit like turning up to a rave in your school uniform. And yet, that stark, clinical look gave the city an oddly menacing vibe, like wandering through an abandoned council estate designed by robots with a strict no-fun policy. The gameplay stayed true to the original: navigate eerie streets, rescue your trapped partner, and avoid becoming insect hors d'oeuvres. The isometric perspective remained the star attraction, with one key upgrade: the ability to rotate the view through 4 angles. This wasn't just for flair. Vital staircases and escape routes often lurked just out of sight. Nothing screams high-stakes rescue like squinting at a grey block, wondering if it's a ledge, a step, or your final salvation. The ants themselves moved with all the grace of a sofa being dragged across wooden floorboards, slow, relentless, and quietly terrifying. You had 20 grenades to keep them at bay, but throwing one felt like blindfolded darts after a few too many pints. Sometimes they worked, sometimes they exploded with the effectiveness of a damp firecracker. Sound-wise, the C64 version kept things minimal. The SID chip was barely used, just a few footsteps here, an explosion there, and a whole lot of haunting silence. The result was a game that didn't shout "adventure," but whispered, "you're very alone." Controls were joystick only, and if you weren't used to the C64's particular stubbornness, you'd often end up crashing into walls or straight into an ant's mandibles. The rotating camera was a godsend, but it didn't always stop unexpected disaster. Antattack was never about breakneck thrills or grand set pieces. It was slow, thoughtful, and strangely meditative. A game about patience, planning, and staying one step ahead of your creepy, crawly pursuers. The countdown timer added pressure, but success felt earned. Every rescue a small triumph in a world that didn't want you there. By the time this unusual relic appeared on a Commodore format cover tape, it faced off against a swarm of colourful platformers with thumping soundtracks. Yet it held its ground, offering something quieter, more cerebral. Less pogo stick mayhem, more architectural anxiety. No, it never became a household name on the C64. It's a game caught between worlds, part technical marvel, part survival sim, all wrapped in spectral greys. The graphics are modest, the sound almost non-existent, and the gameplay can feel repetitive if you're not in the mood. But Antattack nudged gaming forward, showed a game could think in 3 dimensions before most of us had even mastered dodging a moving obstacle. So if you're in the mood for something eerie, odd and quietly clever, Antattack still delivers, providing you've got the patience to peer through the fog, dodge a few ants, and maybe also save someone's life. It's not explosive or flashy, but it's got a slow burning tension that sticks. And when you finally pull off a rescue, it feels like triumphing against the odds in a city that never really wanted you there in the first place. Get it fired up and give it a whirl. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and be sure to let us know what you thought of Antattack in the comments. Whether you remember it from the Spectrum, the C64, or just stumbled on it by accident. Your continued support means the world, so hit subscribe for more content just like this. Check out the playlist for more Commodore titles, and stick around, there's another one coming up right now. Hopefully, I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, bye for now.